They don't want to ban TikTok because they're afraid of the Chinese government. They want to ban it because they're afraid of the American people. It's important that people understand that, right? When they say it's a national security threat. The threat is you. There's an increased anti-American sentiment on the app. What that really means is an increase in criticism of the American power structure and corruption in the American government. It's not an increase in criticism of the concept of America. People aren't making hate videos about baseball and apple pie. That's not what's happening. This increasing criticism of the power structure is not the app, right? That's the users on it. That's the way people are using the platform. And it's important to note that most Americans consume content mostly from other Americans. So that's what they're really afraid of, right? They're afraid of Americans talking to other Americans on a platform that they can't seem to figure out how to control the narrative on. And this kind of criticism of the power structure is supposed to be there, right? It's a healthy part of any functional democracy. Really, it's what the media is supposed to be for. That's what they mean when they say that the media is the fourth branch of government. The media's role is to keep the people informed and to hold the people in power accountable. But when money corrupts politics, then the people with money are the people in power. And when those people also own the media, there is no accountability anymore. It's important we understand that any kind of system of power requires the participation and the obedience of the people it has power over. That's why controlling the narrative is so important, right? Controlling what people believe society is, or even reality is. That's the cornerstone of power. That's the most important part. Money is not the most important part, right? You believing that money is the most important part is the most important part of money. Money doesn't have inherent value. That's what gives money value. Us believing collectively that it does and acting accordingly. So through people's belief that money has value, they can use money to control people. That's the value of money if you're one of the people that controls the system that governs the money supply, right? Not the monetary value of the money, but the control. Now that requires people choosing to participate in the structure you have power over, which requires people believing in the reality of that structure, which requires controlling what people believe, which requires controlling the narrative. So any platform or forum where people scrutinize or question the narrative of the people in power, or collectively form their own narrative in spite of the people in power, always has been and always will be the most dangerous possible thing in the eyes